Today was such a beautiful day, and my daughter coming home with exciting news was the icing on the cake. So yesterday my daughter came to me and she was like, I need to go work at 9:30. I gotta be there early. And I was like, 9:30? Okay, what's going on? She let me know that they had inspections going on and her boss wanted her to come in early so they could tidy up and get the place in order before the inspector came. So I was like, okay, perfect. So I go, fast forward, we end up in the morning and I'm like, it was 9:10, and I was like, you ready? And she's like, what? We're not leaving here till 9:20. I was like, what? We got to be there early. And I was getting all more worried than she was. And when she was calm, she went to eat breakfast and everything after that. So like, you know what? I ain't gonna worry. That was today's word. So we ended up making it to work right when the inspector was pulling up, and he had the clipboard in his hand and everything. And that could be an intimidating moment for a lot of people. But me, I never seen that as being intimidated. They're human just like me. So we're gonna give it our best and we're gonna make things happen. So my daughter was getting out the car, and at the same time, I don't know, the Holy Spirit just told me to speak to the guy. And I spoke, and I didn't know, of course, what to say, but I just let the Holy Spirit speak, and whatever came out of my mouth, I knew it came from the Lord. So I was like, hey, how's it going? Good day. And he was like, good, and you? And I was like, I answered back. And then I felt like the Holy Spirit say something else. So as he said, the door seemed to be locked. I was like, oh, hold on, I just blowed at the window, and they're coming around to open the door for my daughter. She's in the car. And I said, Bailey, hurry up and get out. So you get to meet the inspector and all that stuff, just to kind of like smoothen things out a little bit and make sure, you get that first impression. So she jumped out, and we talked a little bit. I said, all right, have a blessed day. And then I was like, take it easy on them. He chuckled. He said, all right, I'll see what I could do. And we drove off. I thought nothing of it. All day today, I've been speaking to people, just going out my way to say, hey, how you doing? And when people ask me, how you doing? I make sure to ask them back. And you? And actually listen. I was making jokes. I was just in a great spirit. From the jump, I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm going to claim this day to be a beautiful day. And so it was. And I started to understand that I play a big part in that. So now we made it home, and I had to go pick up my daughter. So I go and I pick her up, and the first thing she jumps in, Dad, the guy couldn't stop talking about you. The guy couldn't stop talking about you. He was saying like, oh, how you're so blessed to have a wonderful father like that. He loves to see fathers involved with the daughters' lives and me dropping her off. And she was like, oh, okay, wow. And she was like, I know she couldn't wait to get home and tell me the news. But I didn't expect anything of it. I just spoke. And the greatest blessing from that was not the guy praising me. It was that the Lord knew I was always showing up. And I knew I was always showing up and giving my best. But most importantly, my daughter got to see this played out. All what I was telling her about following God, keeping him in the center of everything that you have going on, and always putting him first in your life. When you wake up, make sure you speak to the Lord. Build that relationship with him. And we do Bible study and everything before we wake up and get our day going. But the greatest thing when she was saying all that was me thinking in my head, that wasn't for me, it was more for her to see her father in action and actually putting what I tell her all the time in action, and it played out. So she was just in such awe and amaze. So you knew I was smiling all inside. She thought I was smiling because of the praise, but I was smiling inside because she got to see it firsthand, up close and personal. Then she went on to say that she got the Cookie Award for best cleanest station out there. And her boss was taking pictures. She said she was taking pictures of her like that was her daughter. She was so proud of her. The top manager told her how great she is. Her personality is such amazing. Keep up the good work. Don't let nobody taint that. And the icing on the cake, they had donuts and kolaches. So that was a win for my daughter. But I share this story for one. I don't know what people are going through out there, but some part of this message may help you. Two, always being involved in my daughter's life is key for me, and my daughter's life is key for me, as well as my wife. I don't do it for the praise. I do it because I know what I read in the Word tells me to do. And most importantly, I want to make my Father up in heaven proud. Well done, my good and faithful servant. And showing up, even when you don't feel like, learning to control your modes, your energy, how you speak, how you be that light in front of your kids is key. Because the way they see you carry on with others is the same way it might affect them. And now they're doing that thinking that's cool. So there's many times where I take it on the chin and I sit there and I take the higher road. Although my flesh is saying, "Urgh," but I know my daughters are looking and I want to make them proud and be that representation of Christ everywhere I go. So I just thought I'd share this beautiful message. Today was amazing for me. Otherwise, It's hot. But I was letting my wife know, hey, we are blessed. We are blessed for the finances. We are blessed for the roof over our head. We're blessed for the outing we got to take today to go grocery shop. Every time we swipe, it was able to go through. That too is a blessing now. We made it back home safe and sound to our family. Grandma Hazel held it down. We are so appreciative of her as well. And just thankful, most importantly, for what God is doing in our lives and how He's using all of us, not just me, but I'm able to share these stories, these testimonies to help someone get through their day. So with that all being said, love y'all, take care of yourself, and I'm quite sure my wife is looking for me. So let me go ahead and get in there because I done seen 3 messages come through while I was making this message. God bless.